Hi everybody. A while ago I uploaded a PowerPoint presentation I'd done as part of a Microsoft Office training course. I'll put a link in the description below. But that actually wasn't the only idea I had for that project. For a while I was torn between two possibilities, both on subjects I'm really passionate about. So I figured I'd share the other presentation I was thinking of doing. It was a toss-up between this and the shark presentation that I ultimately went with. Not that I regret deciding on the shark one, I'm glad I did, but I thought I might as well let you know what my presentation could have been. Now, I'm just going to state up front that I was basically just reiterating one of the guided tours from Microsoft's old Dinosaurs program. I thought it was a cool idea and I wanted to showcase it myself, but adding a few comments and observations of my own. I basically intended this to be a sort of hypothetical dinosaur field guide. Like, just imagine for a moment that you could see dinosaurs in the flesh. Which ones would be safe to approach? Imagine that you're walking along in Mesozoic times, minding your own business. All of a sudden, you come across a dinosaur. Are you friends or are you lunch? Let's see. Sometimes the answer is obvious, even if the dinosaur isn't. Giganotosaurus would gladly eat you up. But it's not always that easy to tell which dinosaur is safe. So let's check out some more ambiguous examples. Let's start with Struthia mimus, a dinosaur that was about as big as the ostrich it so strongly resembled, just with a long tail added. Also like an ostrich, it was toothless, so you're okay there. But it did come from the same family as the meat-eating dinosaurs, although most experts think it was probably mainly a herbivore. If it ate meat at all, it probably ate insects and little mammals. Good news for you, although not for bugs and mice. On the other hand, big ground birds like ostriches can kick people to death. Not so good. And Struthia mimus can run faster than you can. Better keep your distance. Alright, how about Polacanthus? It was 4 meters long, so imagine this creature the size of a car. Not a pleasant sight. But this living tank was a plant eater, and not a very fleet one either. You're probably safe with Polacanthus. But no petting, please. Now let's look at Velociraptor. I think everyone knows by now that Jurassic Park definitely lied to us about its size. The real creature was no bigger than a German Shepherd, or Alsatian if you prefer. And just look at that gorgeous plumage we now know it had. The size of a dog and kinda cute, right? Not on your life! Those claws can slice and dice anything. And this dinosaur was smart enough to hunt in packs. The only safe place to visit him is in the movies. Now for Heterodontosaurus. This dinosaur had some nasty looking canine teeth, but it was a plant eater and not a very big one at that. You might not be able to keep up with it when it was in a hurry, but chances are it wouldn't bite. Our next subject, Apatosaurus, is enormous, like many sauropods. But with its tiny head and small teeth, it would nibble plants, not you. It might even let you climb on for a ride. You'd probably feel no heavier than a flea. Just stay away from that tail. Now, on the flip side, we have Compsognathus. Here's a dinosaur that would fit in your lap, but I'm not sure you'd want it to sit there. You'd probably be safe from its teeth and claws, but your pet hamster or canary would look like dinner. This fast little hunter would eat anything that could fit in its mouth. But in terms of whether or not it's dangerous to us, well, it could get a bit nippy, so I'd say approach with caution. Up next is Styracosaurus, which, by the way, is actually one of my top 5 favorite dinosaurs. I think you'll agree it looks pretty scary. But Styracosaurus was the cow of its day. It wasn't domesticated, but its weapons were probably more for show and for battling its rivals than for fighting strangers. I legitimately have no idea about this one. There's only one way to find out. Pet its snout. Either you'll be its friend, or you'll be skewered. And now let's end with the one you all want to hear about. Tyrannosaurus Rex. You're a one-gulp snack for this monster. Unless it turns out that the biggest meat eaters were scavengers, like vultures today, then you'd have little appeal for this dinosaur, unless you were dead. But it's probably best not to test the theory before we know for sure. The petting zoo, or is it the human snack bar, is now closed.